Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic on what has been another roasting hot day in a gorgeous English summer. Yeah, I could be out in the sunshine or I could have been watching the cricket on the TV all the day, but I'm here solving a Sudoku for you guys, so I reckon I deserve some props for that. But no, that's not true because I love solving these puzzles. The puzzles we get sent are absolutely fabulous. And the ones that make it through to the channel are the absolute cream of those, and only a small percentage. This one is by Riff Clown, who I don't think we've featured on the channel for a few months. So really looking forward to seeing what Riff Clown's come up with here. The rule's relatively straightforward. It's a diagonal killer Sudoku. If you know what that is, you can just skip straight on to trying the puzzle yourself. Or even just dodge the news around the channel in the rules section. But I do have to tell you that this is the absolute last call, last chance to enter the Planet Suite competition. You have, when this goes out, you have 17 hours left to get an answer in by 4 o'clock our time tomorrow, on the 20th. So there you go. Then next month we'll have another Patreon reward. Also on Patreon now, the Kids Sudoku Hunt, based on Disney princesses. Ooh, the dog's gone mad somewhere in earshot. That's very surprising. Not mine. And also our monthly crossword solve is on Patreon. You can check out the links under the video for our apps. We have a Killer Sudoku app, of course, along with Classic and Sandwich and Thermo and all the apps we have. And there's a lot of great puzzles there, I can assure you. So check them all out. And there's also Sven's Sudoku Pad and the merchandise, all on the links under the video. But the first link is to this puzzle called Exit Strategy, written with a capital X in exit, which makes it look like the most common type of typo that I manage, which is always capitalizing 2 letters at the start of a word instead of just one. I don't know, does everybody share that, or is it just me? Absolute bane of my life doing that. And Riff Clown's made it deliberate in this one, obviously, because there's a big X in the puzzle. So the rules of the puzzle are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's 1 to 9 to go into every row, column, and 3x3 box. Then we've also got the X. So along the marked diagonals, there are no repeat digits. So again, 1 to 9 in that set, 1 to 9 in this set. And in the killer cages, you can't have repeat digits, and the numbers in the cage sum to the number given. So those 3 add up to 6. Those are the rules. Give the puzzle a try. There's sure to be something entertaining in it. You can check the video length if you want to assess the difficulty, perhaps. But I am going to restart my clock and see how I get on. Let's get cracking. So we do have these 6 cages. 6 in 3 cells has to be 1, 2, 3. It's the only way to do it. We have another 6 cage, but it's in 2 cells. Does that combine with the 13? Oh, I'm going to have to let you in on a secret immediately, which is that every row, column, and box in a Sudoku adds up to the same number. And as if by magic, we know what that number is, because they all consist of 1 to 9. They always add up to 45. So this column adds up to 45. Now, we already know that those add up to 7. This 6 cage adds up to 6. That's 13, plus 8, plus 6 is 27. So these 3 cells must add up to 18. We can do the same in the row, and I think it's going to be just as useless here. 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 8 plus 5 is 33. These add up to 12, and they include a 2. That's quite interesting, actually. How do I know they included 2? Because 2 can't be in either of these 10 cages in row 5. Because its partner would be 8. And 8 is not in the cages, it's there. Now, if 2 is in those positions in the central box, it's not in these 2. And on the diagonal now, well, no, in the box there are 1, 3 pair. Also on the diagonal. I don't know what it means for 2s. But Well, yeah, what was the total I said? I think it was 33 for those. So these add up to 12. Yes. What are the minimum digits we could put in here? 2, 4 and 6. They add up to 12. So this must be the minimum digits in the row. And then these remaining boxes, one of them is a 1-9 pair and the other one is a 3-7 pair. Now, does that inform me about this column where we had a sum of 27? These add up to 18. Now the minimum digits here are 5 and 7 is... Oh, that can't be a 6 because of that. Right. Oh, 5 and 7 are the minimum digits, but they would go with a 6. Oh no, I know what we can do with that 2-4 pair. We can rule out 2-4 from this cage because that would clash. It would make this cell unfillable if we were to put in 2-4 here. So that's a 1-5 pair. Now this 7 cage can't have a 1 or a 5 in it. This is a beautiful flow to this puzzle, by the way. It can't be 5-2 or 1-6, so that's 3-4, and we get a digit in the center of the puzzle, and it is a 2. I say that in my full Richie Benno intonation, which only cricket fans will understand. Now, this is a 7-9 pair to complete the row, the column I mean. This is a 5-8 pair to complete the box. That's quite a good start. But I don't know what to do next. I keep thinking about 2s in these 6 cages, but I don't really know. I don't think I'm being told anything about them. 9, there are 3 ways of filling a 9 cage. 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. Oh, 20 in 5 cells. Ah, that's a little difficult. Oh, I'll tell you what's interesting actually. Right, one of these cells is an 8 because that's a 5-8 pair on the diagonal in the box, any which way you cut it. Now, whichever one is an 8, the rest of the 20 cage that it's in is going to add up to 12. And to do that in 4 digits, there are 2 ways. They both involve 1 and 2. One is 1, 2, 4, 5, and one is 1, 2, 3, 6. Now, what does that mean? Maybe I should think about the other 20 cage, which has a 5 in it. Even that, yeah, the digits can't be huge. I don't know, I don't quite understand, but I think this is somehow key to this puzzle. Then we have 2 more 5-cell 20 cages to deal with. Right, which one of these has an 8 in? Have I got any way of telling? That's interesting. If that was an 8... Oh, no, I was going to say 8 would have to be there, but it could be in one of these. Both of these could have an 8. What does a cage have that adds up to 20 if it has an 8 and a 5? It has 1, 2, 4. Ah. Right, I'm going to say a possibly uninteresting factoid that neither of these 20 cages has a 9 in. Now it is possible for a 5-cell 20 cage to have a 9. It would be made up of 9, 1, 2, 3, 5. But imagine that there was a 9 in one of these cells. Then these 2 would have to be from 1, 2, 3, 5. And that would form a quadruple with those two. Yeah, that would be 1, 2, 3, 5 in the row. And that would become an 8. And now 9 and 8 would be in the same 20 cage. That's totally impossible. So that would work whichever arm of whichever of these cages we choose. So it can't be a 9 in the cages. I don't know what that does for me actually, but... Oh, these cells can't be 1, 2 or 3 because, yeah, in a weird way they see all of the cells in this 6 cage. That on the horizontal, that on the vertical, and that on the marked diagonal. So in fact this one is 4, 7, 8 or 9. This one I don't know, it's not 2, 5, 8 or 6 now. And these cells I'm marking, they all see each other, which is another odd feature of diagonal puzzles. 2, 5, oh, that's not so good at all. Okay, that became pointless in a hurry there. But these 4 cells all see each other, either in their row, in their column, or on the diagonals. So they all have to be different, and they all have to be different from that number, which sees them all. And that said, it wasn't a very profitable piece of pencil marking, so we need to find something else going on. It's about these 20s. Now, one of them's got an 8 in. Okay, whichever one has an 8 in has a 1 on one arm and a 2 on the other. Let's imagine it's this one for now. If there was an 8 there, there must be a 1 or a 2 here. Okay, what I'm going to say is the other 4 cells add up to 12. They must include 1 and 2. You can't put both 1 and 2 in one of these arms because they'll break the other 2 cells in the 6 cage in that row or column. If you put 1, 2 there, they'll break those. You just can't fit 4 lots of 1, 2, 3 in. So if this was 8, there's a 1 or a 2 there and a 1 or a 2 there. In fact, in this case, there would be a 2 there because of the 1 in this cage, and that would become a 3. This would be 2, 1. Ah, and that doesn't work. I don't think this can be the 8, and I think I've just proved it. I think it's by the magic of 1 definitely being in this cage, whereas that doesn't happen up here. Look, if this was an 8, you'd have a 2, as I just proved, I think. These arms have to have a 1 and a 2 in. And if that's an 8, the 1 in this arm has to be a 2. Now that makes this a 3. Now you've got a 2, 1 pair here. And now you can't put the 1 over here. And you can't put both 1 and 2 there because of that. Yes, this is not the 8. So we're away. That's the 5. That's the 8. Now, this lot has a 1 and a 2. And unfortunately, it's not so clear-cut which is which. Oh, hang on, there's a 3 there, so that's not got a 3 in it. Now there's definitely a 3 in one of these cells. So there's a 1, 2, or 3 here, which forms a hit sort of, what do we call it? A potential triple. Okay, I'm going to start colouring 1s and 2s, just as if in case this helps. Purple there must be 1 in one of these cells, so there's a green in there. One of these 2 is a purple. Oh, but it could be there. One of these 2 is a purple because the 20 cage with an 8 in it needs it. So one of these 2 is green. And one of them's 3. Oh, blue, 2 is either purple or green as well. That's weird. And 1 is either purple or green. Do I know the colour? Do I? Yes. No, I don't. I was going to say, where's purple in this column? But actually, it could be either. Oh, okay, that didn't really work. Sorry. I'm going to uncolour those. I mean, what I've done is sort of right, but it's not very conclusive. Okay, let's think about this other 20 cage then. Which? What? It has... Does it have to have a 1 in it? No, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. So it has either a 1 or a 2 in it, and maybe both of them. Now, if this cage did have a 1 in it, the 1 couldn't be in this box. It would have to be in one of these cells. Oh, that doesn't work. Right, it's... Oh, sorry, I should have just done better pencil marking. That is a 1, 5 pair, so this can't be a 1. So the 1 in this cage, in the 6 cage here, must be in one of those cells. Now, I don't know which box it's in. I don't know which one it is, but it's in one of those cells. Now, there can't be a 1 in these cells, and there can't be a 1 in these cells because of that cage, which has a 1 in. So this 20 cage doesn't, with a 5 in it, doesn't have a 1. And I think it has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They add up to 20. I'm doing that in my head quickly by realizing that 4 is the average and multiplying it by the number of digits, which is 5. So this is a 2, 3, 4, 6 cage. Now we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 quintuple in the column, and everything else is 7, 8, 9. It can't be 8 at the bottom because of the 8, the given 8 in the box. Now there is a 2, 3 virtual pair. That's what they're called, virtual pairs, I've suddenly remembered. Because whether that is a 2 or a 3, there must be one of them in this. Is that right? Yes, it is right. Actually, it wasn't right for the reason I was thinking, but the reason there must be a 2 or a 3 in this in this cage part in this box is because you can't put them both there or you'd break those cells. So maybe I need to colour all of 1, 2 and 3, but I don't know what colours to use. I mean, I could make the 3 there orange, but it doesn't tell me. I think I'm very close to cracking through this, actually. Why can't I see what to do next? I'm not sure. Now, I still don't know whether this is filled with 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. But whether it's got a 3 or a 4 in it, that 3 or 4 is in this box. These then are sourced from 1, 2 and 5. Yes, okay, the way to look at that is these are definitely from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So up here I've got a sextuple, and that is 7 or 9. It's probably exactly the same digit as that. It is. Now, this can't be a 1, 2 pair because that would break those cells. So it must include 5. I now know the contents of this cage is 8, 5, 1, 2, 4. So these are from 1, 2, 4 and definitely include 4. And they form a quadruple with those. 1, 2, 3, 4, quadruple. 5 in the row has to go here. There's my 4th full digit. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 are all definitely used up. 6 has to be in one of those cells, so it's not on this arm of the 20 cage. It's now on this arm, and that becomes a 4. That's a 6. That 4 can't be in those cells, so one of these is a 4. I knew that anyway from this quadruple. 8 in this row must go there. These are from 6, 7, 9 and definitely include a 6. This is a strange old puzzle. I really don't think I've got it yet in some ways. The diagonals haven't done much for a while for me. So it's the 20 cages in the corners, isn't it? Something's going on with them next. I've got this 2, 3, 6 triple, so they're from 4, 7, 9. And that 4, 7, 9 set is analogous to that 7, 8, 9. The symmetry is very complete and makes me wonder whether we can really complete this ambiguously. I mean, I'm sure we can, because Riff Clowns, nobody's fool. Now, 4, 2 and 3 and 1. 6 has to be in one of those two. I suppose they're from 6. Oh, no, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, they're from 6, 7, 9. I do know that. And one of them's a 6. Right, where are we? Where are we? Why can't we do anything else? 8. 8 has to be in one of those cells. That almost forces it into the 20 cage. And we learned that 8's quite difficult to put into a 20 cage. Up here. Can I not use that lesson somehow? Not really. 8 in this box. Can't be in those cells by Sudoku. Can't be in the 9 cage by Killernis. So, 8 is definitely in one of those two. What about up here? Don't really know. I don't know. Is 8 on the diagonal here, or is it sitting here in the 20 cage? Either is a bit restrictive. It's probably a way for me to tell, and I can't see what it is. This is one of those puzzles Simon would be brilliant at, because he'd somehow instinctively see what the constructor is aiming at you doing, and I'm less good at that. That early colouring exercise didn't really amount to anything for me, sorry. Oh, well, purple was in one of those two cells, so it's not here. That doesn't mean I can colour that green, because it could be a 3 and I was colouring 1s and 2s. Oh, bother. Come on, let's figure this out. There's an 8. 5 is either in the 9 cage or one of those two cells. What on earth can we do here? This can't be in the corners. No, that's it. Oh, well, I don't know. I think it's it. I think, oh my goodness, we've got, I want to say we've got over halfway through a puzzle, not in terms of filling in the digits, but in terms of understanding the puzzle. And I think I have now found a jellyfish, not an X-wing, not a swordfish, but a jellyfish on 2s. That is one of the latest fish I have ever found, if it's right. Now, what I'm saying is, where does 2 go in rows 1, row 4, row 6, and row 9? And let's do this with colours. Right, I'm going to eliminate cells that can't be 2 in these places. And those are these pencil marked cells. And okay, they're all not possible locations for 2. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of purple and green because I don't think it's doing anything for me. Not my colour at all. And let's get rid of green as well. Just let's focus just on these purpley things. Right, on these orangey things. Those are the possible locations for 2 after I eliminate pencil marks. But this 2 sees all the corners. And here it is. Here is my jellyfish. Look at it, wibbling its little tentacles like a Portuguese man of war. The only locations for 2 in those 4 rows are in the remaining orange cells. And that is going to remove, that means that the 4 2s in rows 1, 4, 6, 9 sit in orange. They must do. And therefore the 4 2s in columns 2, 3, 7 and 8 also sit in orange. And the beauty of that is that they do not sit in these 9 cages. And if a 9 cage doesn't have a 2, it's not 1, 2, 6, it's not 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 3, 5. Isn't that? Now, I mean, look at that and tell me that's not just incredible. That's an incredible late jellyfish. I'm going to call this video the Incredible Late Jellyfish, and you're going to have to watch it to exactly this point to understand why. Right, so that has become a 1-3 pair on the diagonal because they can't be 5s. I mean, this 1-3-5 thing, oh, it's hugely powerful. Look, here, I've got a 1-3-5 triple. So that can't be 3. Does it not do anything else? It means 3 is in one of those 2 cells and not there. Come on, I must have something else from this. Oh, weird. Surely, yeah, I've got a 3 X-Wing. 3 in box 8 must be in one of those places. 3 in box 9 is in one of those. That puts 3 in the 20 cage. And that's beginning to narrow stuff down. So, yes, more X-Wings like that. Perfect. 1 is in one of those 3 in the 135 cage. 1 is in one of those 3. So we have an X-Wing on 1s. That uses up the 1s for columns 2 and 3 and uses up the 1s for boxes 1 and 4. So the 1 in column 1 can't be in those cells and must be down here in this cage with a 3. And it can't be here. Have I got more? Yes. No. No, that's not an X-Wing. Oh, come on. Now I've put 1 and 3 in this cage. Oh, I've got 1 and 3 on this positive diagonal. So neither of them can be here in the corner. Oh, I thought that was going to do... Oh, it gives me more X-Wings. It does in both cases. That's fantastic. Look, I've got a 1 there. This is brilliant, Riff Clown. This is amazing. Right, I've got a 1 in one of those 2 cells. And I've got a 1 in one of those 3. And that uses up the 1s for rows 7 and 8. The 1 in row 9 can... Well, sorry, this now can't be a 1. That's the point. So that's a 5. That's a 1. And... I thought I saw another. Yes, what else did this cause? This caused a 3 in one of those cells. And there's a 3 in one of those. That's another X-Wing. And neither of these can be a 3. And that now can't be a 7. That hasn't quite finished off that box. But it has, because now I've got a 1, 2, 4 triple. And that is a 7. So that's a 3. This is a 1, 9 pair. That can't be a 1. They can't have a 9 in. That's become a 6, 7 pair. These are known. These are 6, 9 as a pair. That becomes a 7. That becomes a 9. This is brilliant, by the way. Absolutely amazing. On the diagonal, those are from 4, 6, 7 and 9 because we've had a 1, 3 pair. On this diagonal, I'm not so sure, but... Have I missed any X-Wings? Like, there's so many to find and all so late. It's brilliantly clever. Brilliantly clever. This is now a 2, 3, 4 triple, so there is a 3 X-Wing. We get a 3 into this 20 cage, not in the corner because of those. So I don't think we're going to get 3 in the corner anywhere in this puzzle. But I don't mind, because it is such fun as it is. Now... We've got 1 and 3 definitely in this. So the other 3, can we have an 8? 8, 3 and 1 would add up to 12. You'd need a 2 and a 6 to make up the rest of the cage. 6 would be in the corner. That can work. Okay, maybe these 6 cages, now that I've reduced them all to 2 candidates. I don't know. The jellyfish isn't really helping, is it? 6 or 9 has to either be in one of those or there. Ah, a 3 X-Wing that I hadn't spotted in those means that can't be a 3. That's a 4. Am I using that 4 for anything somewhere? Probably I should be. I don't quite know what. Oh, that 5. That's what I'm using. That puts 5 in that cage. Now there's a 5 in this cage along with the 3 here. That's just Sudoku. It's not even an X-Wing. Right. So 3, 5 pair there, and there's a 1 in the cage. Those 3 cells add up to 9. The other 2 cells in the cage do not include an 8, or would need a second 3. So we've placed 8 finally, which I was setting a lot of store by, and I bet we're going to find out it doesn't do all that much now. I think I'm right, weirdly, annoyingly. Okay, but we've got a 3, 5 in the cage. These add up to 12, including a 1. They can be 147 or 129. Oh. Any more X-Wings that I still haven't spotted? Yes. Yes. Another one. There's a 1 there, and now there's a 1 there. So one of these is a 1. We can't have a 1 in the corner because of the diagonal. Again, this has got a 1 and a 3 in it. Doesn't mean it's got exactly the same. Yes, it does mean it's got the same constituents as this, possibly, because I've just discovered 5 is in it as well. Oh, there's a 5 X-Wing, look. So 5. Oh, 5's in the corner. We've got those two 5s looking into the box, a 5 there and a 5 there, ruling out 5 from all of those. So 5's gone in the corner. Does that do anything? No, not really. Could I rule 2 out of there? No, because 9 could make up the value of this cage. Right, does the 5 do anything on the diagonal? 5, 1, 2, 3, 8. The other cells are from 4, 6, 7 or 9. That can't be a 4. Oh, there's so many X-Wings. This is an educational puzzle. It really is. It just teaches you everything that's fun about this form of Sudoku. Oh look, there's a 4, 6, 7, 9 quad. So this is a 2, 8 pair. 2, 8, 1, 3, 5. So these are from 4, 6, 7, 9. Now I've got a 4, 6, 7, 9 quad in the column, and that's a 1. And this is a 2, 3 pair. Now that is helpful, because it does mean that there is a 9 in this cage, if my maths is right. Yeah, 1 and 9. There we go. That's fixed a lot of the row. There's got to be a 2 here, along with 4 or 6. 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5. 7, 8, 9 left to fill the box. That can't be a 9 anymore. 9, 1, 5, 2, 3. That can't be a 9 anymore either. 4, oh, that is 6, 7 or 8. This is 4, 7 or 8. What next? This is your chance. Well, I'm sure you've had plenty of chances to shout at me, but they're probably magnified now. There's a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad there. No, I don't see how. Oh, that can't be 7 or 8. That's the sort of thing you should be shouting. That can't be 9. 9 is in one of those two. Oh, that's become a 7. This is a 4, 9 pair. These can't be 7s in the corners. 7 must be in one of those two cells on this diagonal, and they both see this cell, which therefore must be a 4. That takes 4 out of these two. Now, can I do that same trick somewhere? I've got a 6, 7, 9 triple here. Again, oh no, I was going to say 7 must be in one of those two, but it's not quite as conclusive. I've got a 6, 7 pair in column 8, so that's an 8. Now I get a 6, 7 pair in row 2, and that's an 8. I think this is all kind of, now this could, no, it can't be 1, 4, 7 anymore. In fact, a 6 wasn't allowable in this cage, because this was either made up with 1, 4, 7 or 1, 2, 9. Right, I'd forgotten that, obviously. So we get a 9 here. This is now a 1, 2 pair. That 9 makes that a 6. That puts 4 in the corner, where it gets no form of song at all. Now we have 4 in one of those cells, and one of those cells, which is my last X-Wing for today, and sorts out the 4, 9 pair there. This has become a 6. None of those can be a 6, and more importantly, that is now a 7. That puts 7 on the diagonal. I can finish off, well, apart from the 1, 3 pair, I've finished off the positive diagonal. That sees a 9 at the top of the grid, so that's done. And apart from the 1-3 pair, I've finished off the negative diagonal. That sounds familiar. This is a 4-7 pair in box 7, like that. That makes this a 4, that's a 9. What about this 2-3-6 set? Probably, oh yeah, that is a 1-3 pair. So this is a 6, and that's not. That is a 7 to complete the column. Oh, 4 is placed in box 4 appropriately. Now I've got a 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to have to go back to colouring. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Why don't I believe it? Am I going to have to go back to colouring 1s and 2s and 3s? Well, let's get rid of the brown colours, orange, because they're done. It can't be necessary. I feel that it can't be necessary. Oh, 4 is placed in this box there. That's the last 4 in the grid. 8 is placed here. That gives us 2 there. There's a 2-3 pair. That puts 3 on the diagonal. Now I'm certain I'm not going to have to do any further colouring. That 1 has placed 2 there. 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. This all looks like it's working. 2, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 2, 6. And what a brilliant puzzle this is. I mean, that's a half hour of just pleasure from start to finish. Well done, Riff Clown. That is extraordinary. And the late appearance of that jellyfish, I hope that was necessary, because it was utterly mind-blowing. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, as always, for watching us on the channel. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.